Hi, good afternoon. How are you,
Hello.
Tracy? Thank you
Nice to
for
see you.
coming.
Thank you for seeing me.
Yes, well, we are today. I heard that you wanted to talk to me because there's some issues with work or. So first of all, why we don't check on how was your week?
The week was pretty good. There is a lot going on. My job can be very stressful sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But what I really wanted help with was not so much my work as um, when I'm not at work, I like to be very creative. I was raised as an artist and I want to be an artist, but sometimes you have these blocks and you can't be as creative as you want to be. And it's really hard to unlock that. So that's kind of what I want to talk to you about.
So you feel that your job, well, you're a graphic designer, right? And so it is creative itself, but it's not the same type of
It's
creativity
different.
that you
Yeah, it's
wanted.
very different. It's almost like it's like scratching a surface. So I used to tell friends of mine it would be better almost if I was an electrician because then you do something that's totally not like
Mm-hmm.
creative and you get home and you're pumped because you're like, oh, I didn't do anything, now I'll do something. Whereas
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I spend a lot of the day doing things that are creative but not in the way that I want to be creative in my own time. And so those batteries are kind of drained. And
Got it. And what kind
yeah,
of emotions did you get when you can have your time for your creativity?
um,
Like, how does that make you feel?
well, depending on the week, this week is just frustrating. Sometimes is very depressing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it makes you feel like, um, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for people like me who it's very wound up in your psyche, I guess. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what the word is, but it's a big problem when you can't exercise it.
Mm-hmm.
It can be very debilitating.
That's a big word. Debilitating, right? Because it kind of warns you off.
Well, that's what it feels like. I
Like
mean,
every day you feel like less and less
mhm.
until. Oh. So going on. What's stopping you right now? What do you feel is stopping you from allowing
Life.
some time for that?
It's just life. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
go to work, and then when I get home, I'm tired, and then my wife and I have had our issues in the last few months, so I have to make sure I give that good time. You know, hang out with the cat, and then by the time I'm chilled out, it's time for the next day. So, and then I also do a lot of freelance work because we need to make extra money, but it's the same kind of work that I do at the job.
Mm-hmm.
So it's similar in that you're doing some things that are creative, but not in the same fulfilling
Mm-hmm.
way.
So in the previous session, you were telling me that when you were apart from your wife, you did allow some time for the
Mm-hmm.
creativity, right? There's some art, and you did
Well, I
some.
had more time.
You have more time.
Yeah.
So how did that happen? So how was your day, and how did you make it happen? The art part.
Well, it was just simpler because there were less obligations. There was more time for myself and whatever I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to make sure I um, was relating well to someone. I could just
Mm-hmm.
go home and be like, well, I ate, and I'm just gonna paint or whatever. So I mean, I can still do that in some respects, but it just comes with extra baggage sometimes
Mhm.
because either I feel weird for doing it, or if she's had a rough day, I need to talk to her about what happened with her.
Mhm.
So it's just that
That's
kind
how
of
it
thing.
is.
And then at the same time, there's also like mental roadblocks. Like I feel like if I was more inspired, I probably would just go ahead and do it. But for whatever reason, right now, it's just not quite happening.
So there's few things happening. There's no inspiration, no
Mm-hmm.
time, right? I heard that there's the space. also challenging
Hmm.
to negotiate the space. Yeah,
You
right.
mean physically?
Physically and
Yeah.
mentally, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
some of the
I'd
things
say
are
so. Yep.
taking it. Have you talked to her about it? No, that
No,
she's back in your life.
not yet.
Not yet, but it's
Mhm.
really important to you.
Of course.
It is.
Yeah.
So it's maybe something that you're considering talking about it.
Yeah, I think so. I think right now we're in a stage of just making sure that each other is in a good place. And I just want to make sure that that is fine
Mm-hmm.
before I branch out into other areas. Um, so it's something that's bothering me, but it's not it's not that heavy yet. I'm saying it can be because I've experienced that before.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we were having our issues,
Mm-hmm.
it can be very overwhelming.
You can add to it.
Oh,
It builds up, like
it
you were
builds up,
saying
and
that
it can be horrible.
debilitating. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
That's the word that.
Yeah, when I was mentioning that, I was thinking more of those times than right now. But I don't want to get to those times again.
Right. Because creative. I mean, being then you are is an outlet for your energy.
Yeah.
Your mental energy.
Exactly.
Kind of gives you relaxation or
Mm-hmm.
fulfillment.
Everything.
All those good things.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, it's really self-care
Mm-hmm.
to do your art, right?
Yeah,
It's almost like exercising for other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so how do you feel about creating a plan today, dealing with
I'm open to it.
yeah, and then bringing some ideas. So during the day, what's the best day? What's the best hour? Let's just start with that. What will be the best time for you to be creative, or that you could?
Well, in the
enjoy them?
past, it's always been late at night, like midnight to 2 or so. But since I moved into this place last October, they've been working on my building, which means they're there at the crack of dawn, so I have to go to bed earlier. So that's a big reason why I've been doing a lot less, because I used to go to bed at 3 in the morning, and I would have like from midnight to 3 to create or do whatever it is. And now I'm usually in bed around midnight.
Oh, so the schedule is really different now.
Yeah.
Okay. So now with this schedule, what will be the best time for you to do it?
I'm not sure. I mean, I feel most creative late at night. I'm not.
So
the
later the better.
Person.
Something like between 9 and 12, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
for sure.
And your wife is at home
Mm-hmm.
from 9 to 12, right?
Yep.
And how do you feel about sharing the space and you do your art while she's there?
I think it should be fine.
Yeah.
I think in the past that might have been problems, but I don't think it would be problems.
So, what would you like? In what specific place in the house would you like to do your art?
Well, I don't know. It's not really set up for it because I haven't been there that long. I don't have a table there. There's basically just a couch and an island in the kitchen, and there's a big wall. I did do some paintings on the wall, so I mean I could do that, but I don't really have a space. Maybe that's part of it.
That's part of it. Have you ever considered renting a space?
I would love to do that, but it's not really possible right now.
Oh, like not for hours. It's hard. Mm-hmm. That's difficult.
Well, also the money. I mean,
the money. And studio price.
Yeah. Right.
So the wall. Going back to the wall. So let's set up that we say something that you're gonna start painting and do in your corner. How many times a week would you like to do it, Tracy, to make you very happy?
Well, maybe 3 or 4 times a week.
Okay. And that will be weekends or during the week?
It doesn't matter. I would probably try and spread it out. Mm-hmm. I don't think I would do it all at once, but I don't know. I mean, ideally it'd be every day, but that's just probably not practical.
Yeah. Okay. So spread it out 3 times a week.
Yeah, I mean that would make me feel like I was, getting things done, and
And
I think
you'll
that would
move
feel good.
along. That would
Yeah,
feel good.
yeah, because I feel like for me, I don't like being static. I like things to move forward.
Hmm.
So if things just kind of stay the same, it's frustrating to me.
So if you had just a painting up for 1 whole 2 weeks there, it would be more frustrating maybe,
Yes.
even than just not having anything.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's happening right now. I have one I started that I put on the wall. It was about 2 weeks ago, and I drew it, and the drawing is really good, and I haven't had a chance to work on it yet.
Okay, so we kind of have like a plan, right? But what about the motivation? Is there anything getting on the way, motivating you to start the project again, to start painting?
Mm, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Is there any
I don't feel as inspired as I have in the past.
And why would you think that? Tired?
I think that has a lot to do with it. Just there's just more demands on my time right now, and that takes your energy, and I think creativity feeds off the energy, but if you don't have the energy, then it's nothing to feed on.
Really feed on. Huh, that's very interesting. So, how would you feel if we compromise to actually have this similar conversation with your wife regarding how important it is for you to be creative? So you guys can actually, since you guys are sharing the space and you're not getting a studio, see how she will be willing to help you out.
I'm sure she'd be totally open to me doing whatever it is I do. I don't think that that's a problem. I think the problem is more just
And yeah, and
here and here.
and getting the energy.
Yeah. Yes, I think it's energy. I think it's a lot of different things. I don't really know, but just sitting here talking to you, I'm getting a better picture. And I think it's partly energy, it's partly motivation, it's partly inspiration or lack of inspiration for whatever reason. Um,
Kind of feels like you went back to old shoes, and sometimes old shoes are like comfortable.
Yeah, it could be habits. I mean, habits are very hard to break, and sometimes you don't even know they're there. I mean, that sounds very logical. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could think about making more of an effort to break those habits.
The habits of not doing, right? Of letting go of your passion, or the habit of like kind of do things for other people more than for yourself. Kind of. Well, this is just the beginning of the thought process. So why don't you, for next week, let's see, Tracy, if we can think of a better plan as far as how can I implement all of this. And if I need to go home and start thinking more deeply on the times and the place and the and if you want to be alone or not. I think that's also very important for the creative process.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
alone is
regardless of how good the company is.
Yeah. No, alone is definitely better. I mean, for me, I don't know how that is for other people, but for me, I need to be alone.
Yeah, and I think that's I heard that for a lot of people. That's creative.
But it's not as hard as I'm thinking, because I mean, with her schedule, she goes to bed at 9 o'clock when she works. So on those nights, I have that block. It's just like I said, motivation and inspiration and getting this like.
Good. So we'll try to get that pumped.
Yeah.
So for next week, let's say think about all of these thoughts that we had today about feeling unmotivated, feeling like discouraged, and also how can we change that and make it into like challenge it So when 9 p.m. comes in and all the thoughts of energy is low, I'm tired, and what can we think instead of um, what would be something to motivate you, like that that you can think of that will make you jump out of the couch and start doing your art?
Well, seeing other art and other artists is always motivating to me. When I lived in San Francisco, I was going to the museums all the time, and so maybe that's something I can do here. I haven't really done it since I've moved over here because everything is new.
Okay.
So that's something I could
do
I
before.
could do.
And right before 9, anything special, like maybe looking at paints on the internet or
Yeah, that's true.
something.
I do collect all that
more.
stuff, so maybe that's an idea. It's a good idea. I could just pull that out and start looking through it. That probably would
kind of prepare you for
make
the
a
moment.
big difference. Yeah, yeah.
Because it's a transition, right?
Right.
It's like it feels like it's a transition for you.
But do it like with purpose.
Do it with purpose. And see how far it goes.
That's a good idea.
So maybe try it for one time this week and see if it flows into doing your art, or if it just flows into going back to doing what you were doing, and then see how that goes for you.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Sounds good.
Okay, Tracy. that was a plan, and we'll see you next week, okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.